Hello. We are Group A to B, consisting of myself, Rion, who will be controlling the visuals throughout this presentation, and Daniel, who will be speaking about our shared implementations during this project. We will now demonstrate our working model of the Java SX GUI integrated Othello game.
In this assignment, we transformed the original Othello skeleton into a complete JavaFX application by applying multiple design patterns. Everything stems from the Othello application class. Inside the start method, we initialize the model view controller structure by creating the Othello model, building a border pane layout, adding a status label, and constructing a top toolbar that contains the player selectors and all the control buttons. We call start new game to create the board view and begin interactive play. One of our key enhancements was adding configurable player types. We introduced two menus that allow us to select human, random, or greedy behavior for each player. At the beginning of a new game, we call create player strategy, which returns the correct player implementation. This follows the strategy pattern, where each player subclass encapsulates its own move selection algorithm, while the controller interacts only with the shared player interface. In the Start New Game class, we also introduced Board View as the main visual component for rendering the game board and handling user interactions. Othello application acts as the controller that connects everything together. To keep the board synchronized with the underlying model, we implemented the observer pattern. The Othello model uses our custom observable class, which you can see extends observable, and board view implements observer. Whenever the model changes, it notifies its observer, and board view automatically redraws the new board state. Undo and redo were added using the command pattern. Each move is represented by a move command, which
2 seconds.
implements both.
Let me stop. Go.
Undo and redo were added using the command pattern. Each move is represented by a move command, which implements both execute and unexecute. Board view maintains stacks of these commands so that moves can be backed up or reapplied at any time. The undo and redo buttons trigger these command operations, giving us a clean and reliable move history.
Perfect. Nope.
We also implemented the save and load functionality. When the user chooses a file through a file chooser, the controller delegates to Othello's save to file and load from file methods. This behaves similarly to the memento pattern. The model stores and restores its internal state, while the controller only manages file selection and user interaction.
And go.
We created an Othello board visitor interface and added visitors such as count visitor and has move visitor. The board now exposes an accept method that iterates over all of its cells and passes them to the visitor. Count visitor determines the number of disks for each player, while has move visitor checks whether a player has any legal move available. These operations live entirely outside the board class, keeping the model clean and focused, which helps us also display and highlight the problem with the old model, which did not encourage the single responsibility principle because it originally held other board controls multiple aspects. The power of the visitor pattern is that it allows us to add new board-related behaviors like scoring without modifying the Othello board class itself, supporting the open-close principle.